Dia kata nanti kalau saya nak minta pasport tu, kita nak balik kan, dia nak blacklist. Salahkan sekarang kalau dia memang tak buat, bagi saya balik. Saya tak kisah yang dah dia tolak. Ulan nak dia bagi pasport Ulan terus balik aja.
It's not legal here. The Passport Act here is very, very clear. You cannot keep the passport of another person. Section 10 says very clearly. But then it's an industrial practice here that employers keep the passport of the workers, and it's very widespread. And that is also, of course, the myth that migrant workers will run away if they have the passport and all that. But I think what they forget is migrant workers will run away no matter even if they don't have the passport. It's the labor situation that you put them in or the environment that you keep them in that what's make them run away, not holding their passports.
मेन पारवटा त बस्ने ठाउँ पनि सुविधा एसी भएको छ सबै भनेर पठाएको नि तर थिएन त्यस्तो एसी भएको त के गर्नु होले थियो बस्ने थाहा के गर्नु हामी त पहिले आउनु बिस्तारै बसेको पछि चाहिँ दुईजना अगाडि नै पछि 2 महिना
But in general, we can say that by the time the worker arrives here, he or she would have paid maybe 5 to 10,000 ringgit, which is a huge amount of money, which none of them have as savings. So they would have raised it by borrowing, by using whatever property they have as collateral, or by getting from money lenders at pretty high rates of interest. Something goes up to almost 20% interest rate.
उल्टो दिनु पर्ने पनि मान्छेहरु लिएर आउँछ पैसा माग्यो भने हैन
यो तरबर लिएर काण्ड आउँछन् तरबर लिएर एजेन्ट नै तरबर लिएर आउँछन् एकजना त हान्नु लाग्यो झ्याप्पा अरूले पक्रिछ नि पैसा माग्दाखेरि त्यस्तो गरे
If you analyze the labor supply chain from country of origin to destination and when you return, there's exploitation at every level. So everyone wants to make a quick buck out of the migrant workers. So it's not just during work, it's after work, it's before work, it's the journey coming to the country, it's a journey returning home.
And the culprit here are the labor brokers. I think we should get rid of them completely. They are, what do you call it, slave traders. That's what they are, slave traders.
Well, here you are detained. And then there's also whipping as well. Then they're whipped and then they're also deported. So the deportation again falls squarely on the worker. Either the family has to pay, or the embassy has to pay, or the community has to pay for their deportation.
I think from the Nepali migrant workers, one of the top reasons for that is suicide. So if you look at the working conditions and social conditions faced by migrants, depression is something that wouldn't be surprising if they face, and if there's no mechanism for redress to face this depression or the challenges in Malaysia, it's either you run away or you commit suicide.
But what you were saying before is all right for the factories or agencies to keep the passports.
Maybe the worker that they would like to ask the employer to keep for the passport for their safety or whatever, which we don't have the exact answer on this, but we don't deny that we heard before saying that there are some agent and the employer, mostly the employer will keep their passport.
And do you recognize that this is a problem if they cannot get that passport?
It can be a problem, it can be not.
Okay, when is it not a problem if they actually want their passports?
Possible, when they need the passport, but like when they want to go out or whatever, they can always request from the employer saying that they want to hold back the passport for safety when they're going out. I think this is no problem.
Okay, but if it's against the worker's will, if they cannot get their passport if they want to?
They cannot get the passport. What is the reason that they cannot get the passport?
The employer says we are not giving.
We don't know the reason. We don't know the reason. That's why we cannot answer you exactly what is the reason.
No, but do you think there could be any good reason?
Can be a good reason and can be not.
We need to have an open and accountable process, and there must be an industry-wide regulation, both internal and external as well, in order to ensure that such slavery practices does not occur in the production of any one good. And while the systems might be there in place, but the efficacy of such systems, the effectiveness of such systems sometimes is quite jarring.
So even international buyers, you need to go down your supply chain. It's not enough that you just go in the first level, the second level. There are people down below the supply chain that are doing more violations than the ones you are dealing with in the first tier.